President Tinubu unveils initiative to empower young Nigerians through Youth Academy for Global Success.
Dreams depart and futures left uncertain. The Nigerian Youth Academy is our commitment to changing this narrative.
Federal government flags off 125-kilometer Benin-Asaba dual carriageway.
Meningitis outbreak hits Sokoto, claims lives.
30 were reported as positive, and out of the number, 22 are from Tambon, 3 from Wadabawa.
Well, good morning, Nigeria. Today, we shall take a look at reforming land governance for sustainable development in Nigeria. And much later, we examine Kutun-Karfe jailbreak.
I'm sure this topic will interest you because land reform in Nigeria always is a very hot topic. And that's because the Land Use Act of 1978 basically says land belongs to the state, while citizens get rights of occupancy. Now, the idea was to make land management easier and more organized. Victor?
Exactly, Claire. Now, back then, the federal military government wanted a single land tenure system for the whole country. Before that, the North and South had different customary systems, which sometimes made things complicated.
But here's the catch. Instead of outright ownership, people now get a certificate of occupancy for a specified period of time. So you may think you own the land, but technically speaking, you're just what we call a long-term tenant.
Indeed. And that's a big deal because land reform is really about changing laws and regulations around ownership. Sometimes it even involves redistributing land to make things fairer. But in Nigeria, many people feel the system still has too much red tape.
Absolutely. And imagine wanting to sell your land or get a loan using it as collateral. You need the governor's consent first. And then, of course, the process, long, stressful, winding, and expensive, plus the freehold interest system, that was abolished, which affected the land market.
And no wonder the federal government had to step in. Remember the Presidential Technical Committee set up in 2009? Its job was to fix the issues caused by the Land Use Act.
And right now, there are reforms underway to make land ownership more transparent and accessible. Now, that's why stakeholders are coming together for a 3-day conference on National Land Reforms 2025. Now, it will be organized by the, NAPES and the Jambu Foundation. And also, of course, we have a second topic, as Victor earlier indicated. But let me welcome you first and foremost to the program. I am Claire Adilabu Abdul Razak, and this is Good Morning Nigeria, Tuesday's edition.
And I am Victor Azu. Thanks for starting your day with us. We're live on the network service of the NTA. Next is the morning news highlights, followed by our newspaper review. For now, let's join Tessie O'Mary for the news. Hello, Tessie. Good morning.
Good morning, Victor. Good morning, Claire. Hello, Nigerians, and here is the morning news. President Bola Tinubu has officially launched the Nigerian Youth Academy NIA, a groundbreaking initiative designed to empower young Nigerians with the skills and knowledge necessary to compete on the global stage. The academy aims to amplify the voices of Nigerian youths, ensuring they play an active role in shaping policies that impact their lives and the future of the nation.
Nigeria's Human Capital Index ranking remains below its potential, with youth unemployment and learning poverty presenting critical barriers to progress. The Nigerian Youth Academy is our commitment to changing this narrative.
The federal government has officially kicked off the reconstruction of the 125-kilometer Benin-Asaba Expressway, a critical road corridor connecting the southern part of Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu, who initiated the project, was represented by Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo at the flag-off ceremony held on Sunday, March 23, 2025.
We are gateway to the nation. There is no section that president is not working on.
Let's talk health. A meningitis outbreak in Sokoto State has claimed 25 lives out of 224 reported cases. According to Commissioner of Health, Dr. Farouk Umar Abubakar Wurno, the cases were recorded in 5 local government areas. The government has implemented measures to contain the spread of the disease.
We collected about 42 sample size of CSM, and 30 were reported as positive, and out of the number, 22 are from Tambol, 3 from Wadabawa, 3 from Shagari, and 2 from Yabu local government, respectively.
The intelligence response team of the Nigerian police has intercepted suspected kidnappers traveling from Abuja to Benin between Kogi and Edo State. A fierce encounter led to the arrest of 7 suspects and the recovery of several firearms, including AK-47 and British GSS rifles and 2 pairs of shotguns. According to the force public relations officer Olumiyiwa Adejobi, this achievement marks a significant milestone in crime prevention and law enforcement between February and March. The Nigerian police force has reaffirmed its commitment to public safety, vowing to intensify operations against criminal elements nationwide.
Of 602 armed robbery suspects, 385 kidnapping suspects.
Still talking security, a daring jailbreak occurred at the Medium Correctional Center in Koton-Karfe, Kogi State, resulting in the escape of 12 inmates. In response, authorities have launched a massive operation to recapture the fugitives, successfully apprehending 3 so far. The search for the remaining 9 inmates is ongoing, with security personnel combing the area to ensure their prompt recapture and maintain public safety.
All the exits have been cordoned off, and we are having very good synergy with all the security agencies to make sure that these inmates that escaped are recaptured.
The House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review has reaffirmed its March 26 deadline for submitting proposals for state creation. This comes as the committee received a revised proposal for the creation of Edo State from the existing Niger State. Proponents of the new state are optimistic that their revised proposal meets the constitutional requirements, citing the economic potential and landmass of the proposed Edo State, which will comprise 8 local governments. It's worth noting that 31 previous proposals for state creation fell short of constitutional requirements, prompting the committee to extend the deadline to March 26, 2025. The committee is working towards achieving significant milestones in the Constitution review exercise, which is expected to conclude by December 2025. And that's the morning highlights. Good morning, Nigeria. Continue with Claire and Victor after this break. Good morning.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national Stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, 1 person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, 1 person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit Main Hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
The Tertiary Education Trust Fund is pleased to inform its stakeholders and the general public of the public presentation of 50 titled TED Fund-sponsored books by the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa. This is a remarkable milestone in TED Fund's higher education book development intervention, targeted at essentially addressing the crisis of paucity of reading and learning materials in Nigerian higher education institutions. The event, which was earlier scheduled for the conference hall of the Federal Ministry of Education, will now hold at TED Fund Auditorium. Date, Tuesday 25th March 2025. Venue, TED Fund Auditorium. Time, 9 a.m. prompt. Announcer, Acted Sonny Estiochono, the Executive Secretary of TED Fund.
At break time, when my champ needs to keep going, he's going to need his favorite snack, containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
Milo Snacks, snack of future champions.
Milo! Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill.
And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs. And Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
No buy am! But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead demands peak performance from our bodies.
Like never before, our bodies need an optimum supply of essential nutrients, and Supremalt supports our daily nutritional needs.
Supremalt has 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and natural extracts for overall health and wellness. One Supremalt a day gives you energy and vitality, improves your mental performance, and supports your immunity.
Hey Nigeria, ready to breathe cleaner air and save money? Let's talk about gas. Drive with CNG, the smart, cost-effective choice. Fill up for less and travel further. Save money, save the planet. Switch to LPG for cooking. It's cleaner, healthier, and better for environment. Say goodbye to smoke and eye problems. Do you know Nigeria is a gas nation ranked 9th globally with over 209 trillion cubic feet of gas reserve? Gas isn't just for cooking and driving. It powers industries too. Cleaner, cheaper, and more efficient. And the best part, conversion centers are popping up everywhere. It's never been easier to switch to gas. Join the cleaner energy revolution. Choose LPG for cooking and CNG for your vehicles. Clean energy for brighter future. This message is brought to you by the Office of the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, supported by the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA.
Welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Nigeria, live on the network service. And coming up next, in just a moment, will be the newspaper review.
All right, thank you very much for staying with us. Newspapers in hand, and Chukwudi Okulubaja in the seat.
How are you, Victor?
Good morning.
What is that VA on your head?
Not sure.
Very agile. Oh, you don't look so agile to me this morning. Anyway, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, Chukwudi.
I hope I've dealt with him.
You have attempted to.
He's indestructible, this boy.
He can speak for himself.
Good morning, Claire.
Yes, we have a few papers this morning, but of course the nation is quite busy. Very, very busy on its front page. It starts with government raises 2,400 special forces to battle bandits and terrorists. It has a rider. Training of first batch of 800 begins, and CDS subsequent notice to criminals. Again, the lead story on the front page of the Nation: government raises 2,400 special forces to battle bandits and terrorists. Okay, and just below the nameplate, Federal Varsity redeems neglect of Southern Kaduna, says Kuka. That story is on page 4. And Eagles will defeat Zimbabwe. Ekong boasts Nigeria to consolidate. I think maybe I should quickly just be pointing, since we don't have that on, So, and that's the story. That's the story. Eagles will defeat Zimbabwe. Ekong boasts. And this, of course, Nigeria to consolidate. This month is very crucial to Nigeria. It comes today. And then First Lady pledges 1 billion naira to combat tuberculosis. Youth Academy to provide skills, boost employment. This story is on page 27. And if you just, I will just go down a bit, you find another story here. 250,000 sign up to recall Natasha as INEC gets documents. And of course, the last one I'll take from this, the Nation. States receive withheld local government funds. That story, of course, is continuing on the inside page on page 4. And I think this is how the front page of the Nation looks like this morning. Victor, I know you have more than one.
I thought you would take some 10 minutes when you said busy. But thank you, Claire. Let's take the blueprint. And the lead story here reads, 2027, we still don't have structure, modus operandi. That's according to the coalition. Says finding alternative political party our main hurdle. Okay? And above that story, of course, the World Cup qualifiers is also there featured. Zimbabwe will fall, that's according to Ekong. And Salah Doba, Emir Sanusi raise causes on troublemakers. That story is on page 6. And Kogi jailbreak, FG recaptures 5 fleeing inmates. Orders probe. That's on the left of the front page of the blueprint. And at the bottom, of course, the Natasha Gate is also featured. Just at the very bottom, port security. Nigeria has made tremendous progress. That's credited to U.S. Coast Guard. And the story is on page 19. I have no links with any militant group. That's according to Fubara. and it's on page 14. Foodstuff costs soar despite reduction in petrol price, page 18. FG to strengthen TB screening treatment nationwide. Okay, that's the much we can take from the blueprint, and off to the leadership we go. Above the nameplate, 956 more Nigerians rescued from Libya prisons in 3 months. Okay, and just to the right of that story, we are equipping Nigerian youths to compete globally. That's credited to President Tinubu, and that story is on page 14. Below the nameplate, U.S. to remove condition of entry on vessels from Nigerian ports. That's on page 7. I think it has a link to the other story, which says Nigeria has made progress. Okay, and the tiny strip speaks to the Natasha recall story. And ahead of 2027, personal ambitions may weaken opposition coalition. Stakeholders yet to agree on grey areas. Lobby of party arrowheads intensifies, and coalition still work in progress. That's according to Lukman. And to the boxes to the right, FG orders probe of Kogi jailbreak is on 7. Obasanjo Anyoko declares state of democracy in Africa. That's on page 23. And finally, dead Nigerians, others without will, may lose property in UK. Page 6. Claire, do you have one?
One? You said what?
Do you have property in the UK?
Of course not. Those who have property in the UK know themselves.
Oh, they have property in the UK. Please, can we talk about it? Yes, I keep on warning us about Victor.
Yes, let's do so. We get enough time. And the story that is of national interest now, especially the special forces that government has raised to battle bandits and terrorists, and of course the training of the first 800, begins, and I don't know.
And the ultimate number is 2,400 yes. Elite forces. It brings a smile, it gladdens the heart to hear it. What you now hope for is the fact of there being different from what we have on the ground. You could just create a label, not actually projecting an active arrangement on the ground. But because we wish our forces well, we hope that really they are going to bring a difference into the theater of operation.
Exactly.
I am asking here, how are they for training? How are they for equipping, including rapid mobilization? How about intel? Do they have good rapport with them on the ground to fight the bandits, the terrorists? What kind of relationship are they going to forge? Even if you bring them all the Apache helicopters, I heard how the French Mirage 2000 is doing in Ukraine now. Give them that. If they don't still have good rapport with the people on the ground, intel, it's not going to work. So those two areas are very important to me.
Absolutely.
Very important.
I agree. But listen to what the Minister of Defense said in terms of training. He said, this training has been meticulously designed to develop highly skilled personnel in special combat tactics, counter-terrorism operations, intelligence gathering, and hostage rescue missions. He said the program will prepare trainees for high-risk missions in both urban and hostile environments, ensuring they adapt to dynamic threats. And now, interagency relation that you talked about, he said, given the interagency nature of modern security challenges, the training will foster seamless collaboration among personnel of the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, and the Nigerian Air Force, as well as other security agencies. So, because I was going to ask, again, when you say special forces, what makes them special? What's the special thing
actually, you can create an elite force in the army. In Nigeria, our journalism tends to dwell on the here and now. We forget the past. Goodluck Jonathan, close to the elections, recruited mercenaries to help get Borno ready for elections. And to some extent, they succeeded. They didn't drop from the moon. We can also equip our forces to perform the way those people who are noted for their being spectacular, I mean, on the field of operation, would also do it. Let them all think into the same, you know.
And I know it's on record that our infantry, as well as our police force, are one of the best, at least within the African continent. At least I know that.
Claire, you could accuse me of cowardice from a distance. I didn't join them. But it was Nigerian forces that stopped the wars in Liberia and Sierra Leone. Yes, they came under that umbrella name ECOMOG, but it was actually Nigerian forces. So nobody can downplay the efficacy, I'm likening them to drugs now, of the Nigerian soldier.
Okay,
they are something else.
Let's stay away from that. Let's stay away from that, Chukwudi.
Yes.
Let's not forget that this week, it's been a week of you know, champions of TB, tuberculosis.
Yes.
And I'm sure that for the past month or thereabout, the First Lady of Nigeria, you know, has been championing that campaign.
Awesome.
I mean, you see that on our advert and all that. So the week, it's a week-long activity. And, you know, she has pledged 1 billion naira to combat tuberculosis and Youth Academy to provide skills and to boost employment. And I think this is...
You know, let Chukwudi air his emotions before analysis comes. I have special admiration for the First Lady.